Hello everybody and welcome back to Butsy Customised. I have been missing in action for excuse me, some time. I hope I didn't jump through the speakers. I'd just like to apologise for that. I didn't think anyone was watching these videos. I didn't think anyone was interested in anything I was doing. So I went into the background and just started enjoying the cars a wee bit more for myself and the shows and seeing people at it. But I'm glad that a lot of people come up to see me at Ford Fair and other events like Gravity and said that they're actually missing the channel. So that and YouTube turned around and said, if you don't start doing videos, we're going to cancel your channel. So I guess that's a kind of sign. A lot's been happening in the life of me. We have been getting on with the house build. I am not going to put up a lot on that at the moment because it's really got us down. We're not as far ahead as we wanted to be. You know, getting held up by council and planning and just adjustments is just not enough. It's just not worth talking about, if I'm honest. You ends up getting goes down the dumps. But it is getting there. We have started the build. I'm hoping come kind of Christmas time I'll have big updates on that. At the moment, you just have to wait. If you're on my socials, you maybe see something, you know, now and again pop up. But until then, I'm not going to say anything. As you can see in the video, I have got a new addition into the collection. Now, there has been in the 6 months, usual, has been some cars gone in, some cars have gone out. This one I picked up about 2 weeks ago now from one of my mates, Gaz, who I seem to get all my cars off of because he knows fine I love a fast Ford. It's a full ZVH turboed RS Turbo. It has been fully restored, although it does need a wee bit of fine fettling with the tuning under the bonnet, maybe repositioning the intercooler. I'll show you in a second where it's hitting the bonnet, and just a tidy up underside where they've done their best to tidy it up, but it's just not been the best of jobs. So I just want to go over that before rust starts coming through and prep it properly on it. Other than that, it's a really, really clean car. There's no dents in it. There's no major rust anywhere on it. It's just really like swing arms, back axles and stuff like that. It's got a full Wilwood conversion on it, back and front. I've just changed alloys. It came with a set of dog legs on it that I just didn't like. So I had these sitting off with the Sapphire Cosworth and I popped them on today. Hence the reason I am absolutely head to toe black market and wearing the dodgiest of t-shirts for the channel. But hey, you know, I'm not here to be a style icon. So we've got this one. We have got the M Sport that I won in the competition. I don't know if I've even put that on the channel yet, but I will do a breakdown of all the different cars. I've got an RS 500 in the collection now. I've got, I've still got the 3-door, I've still got the Sapphire. Blaze is now back on the road as well. We went down to Wheeler Dealers Live as well. It was a really good show that. That was its first outing, ran fine all the way down to kind of, I think Lincolnshire kind of idea. I need to correct me if I'm wrong on that one. I just followed my mate Carl on that one all the way down. So yeah, it's been really busy. The Bryvan is undercover here. I've done loads to that, but what I'm planning on doing is I'm going to do, it's nearly finished. So I don't want to do just bits and bits. I know lots of people will be asking about it, and I know Brian's dying to get it back. But I don't want to spoil the surprise for him because it is nearly ready. I've been working my ass off it the past couple of weeks to try and get everything done and dusted. I'm just waiting to get someone else to do some work to it before I can do the final fittings, get it MOT'd, and then we'll video it, come back to Brian, surprise him, take it up in the trailer. He doesn't know when he's getting it back. I don't know when he's getting it back, but it will be this year. It will be well before Christmas. All going well on that one because it is running, it is doing everything it should do now, which it wasn't before. So We'll have that. I'm going to break down everything and a series of everything, and just keep you up to date on what's going on. We've been to a couple of shows. We've also been on track a lot with the Fiesta that's fully built now. We've put a set of cams into it, so I'm going to do a lot more track time with that. I've got Croft to go to, Knockhill obviously, which is round the corner. I'm also planning on going to, I'm going down to Mallory Park this year for Ford Fest. But this time I'm not going on track. I'm going to take Shadow down, just enjoy the drive down with my mate Paddy and Mike, just to have a bit of fun. You know, I don't want to, a long drive. It's quite tedious from Scotland going down there, you know, 6-7 hour drive, pulling the trailer. It's just blinking dangerous as well if you're trying to do it in one stint. But yeah, the Mark 1's back as well. Brian was doing some work in his garage, so it was sitting outside, so it was time to bring it back down the road. I've got a couple of issues with every single car that I'm going to run you through. The joys of having a big collection is sometimes there's no any joys, and that's what a lot of people don't put up on the page. They tend to just, you know, everything's hunky-dory and rosy, and it's really not. You know, the Escort Cosworth, for instance, haven't used it for ages. Went to use it, no battery. I mean, it's literally nothing dead. Put the booster pack on it, and as we connected up, the booster pack was telling me there was a fault, there was a bad earth. Lifted the bonnet, and then you could see the loom was absolutely melted from the battery right down into the fuse box. Now, look, I had to take it down to Devon. Now, bearing in mind, I'm from just south of Glasgow in Scotland, so I did an 8-hour drive to take it down to Devon to Autodynamics, who were really the first people and the only people that really wanted to help me out with this. Now, I don't know what it is, but nobody seems to want to work on my cars quickly, so I stick with people who are willing to work now, and if I have to travel, then I will. It's just one of these things, you know, it's sometimes your money's not good enough. But I took it down to Autodynamics. They found the fault, which was a rubbing of the cable behind the battery. It earthed itself out, and luckily enough for me, the battery was nearly dead anyway, so by the time it actually melted all the cables, the battery burnt itself out anyway, and it stopped the car from going in fire, because it really should have. Now, if that car had gone on fire, sitting next to it was the 500, sitting next to that was Minty, in front of that was Shadow, behind that was the Sapphire Cosworth, behind that was the 3-door Cosworth, and in at the back booth was Blaze. So needless to say, I would have lost a heavy hit on the collection, especially, you know, for all I put in for it. It would have been lost in a heartbeat. So I'm glad to get that fixed. It's now up the road. We put the bumper back on it because I couldn't get it on the trailer without taking it off, because we couldn't drive it, and the way my winch setup is on the trailer, I just thought it'd be easier taking the bumper off, put it onto Crash Bar and pull it up. I'll probably show you a couple of pictures of me doing that. The biggest problem is we brought it back, and the fans haven't been reconnected, so I need to reconnect them, because when I was sitting ticking over to try and charge the battery, it overheat. The usual typical causes don't like sitting down. We must have an airlock in the system, and it just overheat. Luckily enough, I spotted it in time, shut the car down, and so I've got that to tidy up and whatnot, find why it caused an airlock and why the fans weren't coming on, but because it's got a secondary switch under the steering wheel. So things like that, just, you know, you think you're doing the right thing with a car, and then boom, it kicks you right in the backside. Like this one here, the Project as well. I fell in love with it. I've always wanted a white RS Turbo. I had a red one years ago. Insert pictures around about here somewhere, or there. Loved it. It was just a rot box. And when I got it, I think I paid £1,200 for it back in the day. And back then that was quite expensive. But then you could see it wasn't even worth that, because it was just so badly rotten with the boot lid. I remember putting the spare wheel back in the actual boot lid, in the boot floor, and it went straight through and landed in the back axle. So it shows you how rotten it was. I sold it off and didn't think anything else of it, but I've always wanted another Series 2 90 spec. So when this one came up, I had to have it. I'll show you a wee bit more about it. So it does need a couple of wee tune-ups. I think it's been built by Odd Kid Creations, so it'll be a decent enough car. It just needs a wee fine setup. It's very lumpy when it's ticking over, or very up and down on the revs. I'll try and video it if I can. I would take it out just now, but it's absolutely pouring outside. And hopefully we can get it up and running just to a nice state. I do think the wheels are going to rub a wee touch. It's not a low car, which is good. I'm not planning on lowering it anymore. There's a fair chance that these tyres might actually catch the arches, because we're supposed to run a 195/40 16 on this, and we're running a 215, I think, if I remember rightly. Yeah, a 215/40 16 on this. So I think we'll just get a wee bit of rub. I'm not putting anything in the bag, but I certainly think we're going to get a wee bit of rubbing on it. Car wise as well, I haven't ever put in the channel is a car that's not a Ford that I was given. I've left it in a will, and it's a car I would never get rid of. I have had it out this month because it needs to come out every August. I'll explain that in another video. I'm going to do a breakdown, and this video is really just to tell you what's been going on and what my plans are with the channel, and to see what you really want me to push for and what you're missing seeing on the channel, because I'm going to physically make the time now to film everything. I'm going to do drive-by, so it's not going to be me yapping on like an absolute turkey just now. I'm just basically, you know, putting this one out to say thank you for everyone who has supported me through my addiction with these cars and modifying them. I really didn't think there was as many people interested in my life and the cars as what I thought. It's just, I'm not anything special, I never have been, and I don't push myself in anyone's faces. I don't have fancy sponsorships. I don't claim to have, you know, I don't buy about, 250,000 followers. Everyone that follows me on Instagram is genuine followers that I try and speak to as much as I can. So I really appreciate that. As you can see as well, to my left, I've got an MT-09 SP Yamaha here now. That might not mean anything to anybody. I did have one, but since then I've had two other bikes. I've had a, what did I have? I can't remember because I don't really care, but an S1000RR BMW. I had that for like a fortnight, and then I sold it and then bought a Ducati, a V2 Panigale. I'm just too tall. I'm 6'2", and I'm not as small as the guys, and the bike was just horrific for me because it was an out sports bike. I sold the original SP, the Yamaha, because I didn't think I needed it. In hindsight, I should have kept it first, because the Ducati just, it's a beautiful bike to look at, but it just wasn't my riding style, and I was coming back off it sore. I just wasn't enjoying it. I also nearly had a crash it, where I nearly lost my head. So I kind of gave me the fear of being back on bikes. So I felt like I really need to get another bike to get rid of that fear, and I had to buy another bike I was confident on. So my mate around the corner sold me his bike, and I modified it to make it look like my last one. So I've got that to show as well. Plenty going on. I just didn't realise everybody was waiting to see what was going on. So to finish this video with just a thank you, and I will push it, and I promise you I'll put up as much as I can. I'm going to take a Thursday now today, all my filming, and then I'll try and do editing at the weekends when I've got time, because at the moment, between work being so busy, trying to get surveys in, costings, booking in the work, doing the jobs, the YouTube channel was really a struggle to do. But I figured if I can work it into my diary, I'm not going to be Matt Armstrong. Nobody could be him. I'm not going to be a multi-millionaire from it, but I'm enjoying the fact that people are enjoying seeing these, and I know a lot of friends that I've met now, especially like Adam at Twin Engine Corsa, has inspired me a wee bit to push my channel a wee bit more and show what I'm getting up to. I also would like to, I genuinely would like to see people who follow these cars now. I think it's good to have a story. I don't think the cars need to be massively modified. Sure, modifications are fine, even standard examples. So if you do have something that you want to have be on the channel, you just want a bit of banter with me, then we can try and make that happen. Whether you bring the car down to the workshop and we do a wee quick film and get a 5-10 minute video on YouTube for you, then I'm quite happy to do that, because it's the channels are all about what you want, and if you want to see your car on YouTube, then you know what, let's put it on YouTube and have a bit of fun with it. But I'd also like to know your stories, because I'm too busy yapping my head off about my story, and mine's are pretty boring, to be fair, because all it is just work, buy cars, fix cars, buy another car, fix cars, buy another car, fix cars, and just it never really changes, as you can see with this. But yeah. Thanks a lot for watching this absolute rabble. I've done this in one shot, so I'm not going to bother edit it, but thank you so much to every single one of you, and I promise really soon we're going to get some driving videos, point and driving videos, We're going to get some friends videos, track videos. Literally, we're going to try and smash this at the park, so it's going to give you more to watch. And you know what? I don't need any free time. We'll just go for it. Genuinely, with the bottom of my heart, thank you so much to everyone that's followed me and supported me and subscribed. And please tell your friends to subscribe and chase the channel, because you know what? The more subscribers we've got, the more I'll push it, and I'll see that everybody wants to watch it. So I'm going to disappear on this one. We'll do the update, and we'll do an update of this car. So the next video will be about this and what we need to do to it and what my plans are for it. So until then, as always, for 6 months you've not heard it, take it easy.